Hi there, my name's Colin and this is the Action Figure Resource video channel, the place for all your action figure news, reviews, guides and tutorials. Today we're going to be taking a look at Series 6 of Spider-Man, the new animated series released by Toy Biz in 1996. Don't forget to subscribe below, click the bell icon to be informed of all my future videos and smash that like button. Make sure you watch the video to the end in order to get your free downloadable Spider-Man action figure guide. Okay, now let's take a look at today's video.
ActionFigureResource.com. Yesterday's toys, today's treasures.
Toy Biz released Spider-Man the new animated series, Series 6 in 1996. This series featured an all-new Carnage figure, as well as Tombstone and 3 Spider-Man variants. Only one of these Spider-Man variants didn't appear in the show, whereas the other 2 appeared in one shape, form or another. Okay, so this series included Man-Spider with immobilizing restraints, Octo-Spidey with posable tentacles, Web Cannon Spider-Man with web blast action, Carnage Unleashed with removable symbiotic limbs, and Tombstone with double punch action. The first figure we're going to take a look at today is the Web Cannon Spider-Man. Web Cannon Spider-Man came with a canister that fitted onto his back. This was attached with pipes that he held in his hands. There were 2 web globs that could be inserted into the end of the pipes in his hands, and when the canister on his back was pressed, the web globs would shoot out of his hands. The web cannon can be taken off, leaving the base Spider-Man figure. This Spider-Man figure was excellently sculpted and painted with brilliant detail. He had articulations on the arms, elbows, hips, knees with a swivel head joint. Also, for the very first time, Toy Biz had ankle articulation on this figure, and he was the only figure in this series to feature the ankle articulation. The next figure we're going to take a look at is Octo-Spidey. Octo-Spidey came with Dr. Octopus's apparatus that allowed Spider-Man to wear and use Dr. Octopus's tentacles. This was done using a waist belt and a headset. The tentacles weren't jointed, but they had wire in the middle so they were bendable and could be moved and posed in position. The tentacles and the headset were also removable. However, they were very fiddly to remove, and once taken off were very difficult to put back on. The Spider-Man figure used with this was almost exactly the same as the Web Cannon Spider-Man. The only difference was he didn't have the articulation on his ankles, and he was a slightly lighter colour. Next we have Man-Spider. Man-Spider was an awesome and horrible looking creature. He had excellent articulation with great detail and very good paint and colour scheme. This figure is based on the storyline where Dr. Mariah Crawford gives an experimental serum to Spider-Man to try to stop his mutation into a spider. However, the serum backfires, and instead of stopping the mutation, speeds it up and he becomes the Man-Spider. This monster version of Spider-Man comes with multiple arms, a ripped outfit, and each of his arms has 3 sharp fingers on the hands. He also has a monster spider face with huge mandibles. Each of the 6 arms have jointed where it fixes onto Spider-Man's body and a midsection of each arm. He also came with articulation on the hips, knees and a swivel head. Initially, when this figure was released, he wasn't popular and was easy to find on shop store shelves. However, over the years he has become increasingly popular and is now very difficult to find mint on the card. The Man Spider came with 6 arm restraints and a face mask in order to prevent him using his mandibles to attack other people. The next figure we're looking at is Carnage 2 Unleashed. This figure featured excellent paintwork, sculpting and detail. The best part with this figure was the feature that allowed his rubber face mask to be taken off to reveal Cletus Cassidy underneath. Cletus Cassidy's face sculpt was also very well painted and had good detail. The biggest problem with this figure was taking off his mask and putting it back on proved to be very difficult. He also came with some tentacles that could be wrapped around his body for extra effect. He had weapons sculpted onto his hands, but he also came with 2 extra weapons that could be clipped on over top of these on his hands. The first one was an extra large claw weapon, and the second was a double-headed axe. He had articulation on the neck, shoulders, legs and knees. The last figure we're looking at is Tombstone, aka Lonnie Lincoln. Lonnie Lincoln was a muscular, ghostly white albino. He was dressed in a black shirt and with grey fitted pants. He wore some red lipstick and a hint of eyeliner. He came with chrome painted gauntlets that could be attached to his hands. There was a lever on his back, and when this lever was pushed, his hands would make a jabbing motion. The sculpting and detail on this figure was also very good, although it was not accurate to the character on the cartoon. He had a swivel head and joints on his arms, elbows, knees and hips. Again, there were no ankle joints on this one. Okay, now let's take a look at the values of these on the secondary market. Please note that these prices are for information only and are not an offer or solicitation to buy any. When researching these prices, I check both online and offline retail sites and auction houses in order to find the most up-to-date prices and the most accurate for you at the time of my making the video. Also, please bear in mind that the prices vary quite a lot depending on their condition and demand, especially when we're looking at the loose figures. Okay, so here's the current prices of these particular figures. Man Spider averages from $10 up to $50, so there's a huge price range on this particular figure. I found when researching that the majority sell for around the $30 mark, so anything below this I would consider a good price, and everything above this at the time of making this video I would consider to be overpriced. Loose, he sells for between $10 to $12. Next is Octo Spidey. Octo Spidey, mint on the card, sells for between $20 to $30, so there's very little discrepancy or price range on this one. Loose, he goes for between $5 to $10. The next one is Web Cannon Spider-Man. Web Cannon Spider-Man, mint on the card, goes for between $15 to $30 and loose for around $5. The next figure is Carnage Unleashed. Carnage Unleashed, mint on the card, goes for between $5 to $50 with an average price of $30. Loose he goes between $5 to $20 and an average price of $10. The last figure is Tombstone. Tombstone averages in price for mint on a card between $5 to $15, and loose he sells for between $2 to $6. Don't forget to download your free downloadable Spider-Man action figure guide here. Don't forget to subscribe below. Click on the bell icon to be informed on my future videos and smash that like button. Okay, so until next time, bye for now.
actionfigureresource.com. Yesterday's toys, today's treasures.